Hi guys, welcome to Fox Guide Fallout Mods 5. Now, after that short break last week where I switched to Skyrim, I am back in action, reinstalled with Nexus Mod Manager instead of Mod Organizer. Now, I lost many mods in the transition back to Nexus Mod Manager, so let's try to get me back to a good standing ground. As you can see, Anna has a new body courtesy of Poison CBBE Body Slide preset by Akujiki, and while I don't intend to spotlight that many body slide presets, I really appreciate the fact that this one decided to emulate another video game franchise's body proportions, in this case being the beautiful Poison from the Street Fighter franchise. But not to be ignored is the hair, which comes from Soul Survivor Immersive Afros by Jinxed Zero. So if you want to be a bad mamajana, you should pick up this mod. I personally enjoy it because I like more fictionalized exaggerations to a character, from their proportions to their facial expressions to their hair, and this is some really exaggerated hair. I hope more mod developers will attempt to emulate other video game franchises' art direction, and Body Slide for the body types is a good place to start. Maybe one day we'll get that Borderlands graphics mod. Wink it up. Also, before I forget, my Pip-Boy is a combination of Anandized Black Steel and Hex Carbon Fiber Pip-Boy by Keith V.S. Smith for the Pip-Boy itself, and Vault Meat Pervert Pip-Boy by Adam Neal for the screen background. A good upgrade in my mind from my previous Pip-Boy mod. Now for the obligatory armor mod, we have Kerrigan Bodysuit by Goofy. This female-only armor set is beautiful, but requires you to choose only one out of the several color setups that the mod creator has offered. To fix this, we also have Kerrigan Bodysuit Color Changer by Flatcher. This mod adds in all the body color variants and several glow variants to the crafting menu inside of the game. And just to point out the obvious, this mod is Body Slide compatible, so pick it up if you want some StarCraft inside of your Fallout. Our next mod is Primary Needs Realism Food and Water by Opezdar. Now, this mod adds primary needs to the game, giving buffs when you eat food and drink water, and debuffs when you refrain from doing so. This mod accomplishes this by adding addiction to the food and water, so that when you refrain from eating or drinking, you fall into withdrawal and take specialized debuffs. Now, when you refrain from eating or drinking, you take a small amount of health damage, but the health damage is so small it's almost non-existent. What isn't non-existent is the debuff getting with a whopping 9 points worth of debuffs spread across your special stats. And finally, by the game standards, you are technically addicted to your food, so when you decide to eat something, your companions will dislike that as you are feeding your addiction. Hopefully all these bugs can be removed from the mod over time, or maybe even the entire system be overhauled so it doesn't deal with addictions once Creation Kit comes out. But for now, it's still good enough that I would recommend it into your load order. If you're like me, you had a problem with the initial crafting system in Fallout 4. Well, just like we always expected, the modding community has something to fix for it. Blueprints Returns by Etis Voloch intends to fix that by adding crafting blueprints that you find across the wasteland. This removes the mandatory perk investment to experience the crafting system in this game, which is a huge portion of it. You can obtain these blueprints either by buying them from a vendor or by obtaining them as legendary item drops. There is a book corresponding for every rank in each of the crafting perks, so a lot of exploring is required to obtain all of them. And finally, even though I find the texture work acceptable, the mod author is working with Blasto Elho for proper high detailed covers, showing a level of dedication to this mod. To go with our Blueprints mod, we also have Psychotic's lore-friendly, classy but sexy magazine by Psychotic. Now, one of the things that caught my eye when looking at this mod, aside from the images themselves, was the fact that there was a lot of effort put into by this mod author to maintain portions of the original artwork while still replacing the images themselves. You can still see the titles of the magazines, portions, the captions, all that good stuff. So a lot of dedication was put into this mod by the author, and I can respect that. he also has another mod that runs on the same principles that replaces all the artwork in Fallout 4. Now this one, much like the other mod I showcased in one of my earlier episodes, is a HMod, so I can't actually show the images here, but I still think it should be noted. So check out the site if you think this mod's worth your time, and if you like the images, check out the other one. I think he puts a lot of effort in this, and that effort should be rewarded. Now we're on the final stretch of this episode. Our next mod is Better Perks, a perk overhaul by Zyz. I've talked about his mod before and I still don't understand how to pronounce that name. But this mod changes the perk tree, rebalancing and overhauling some of the less than stellar perks. Some of these changes include Medic, which had its Stim-Pack healing reduced, Animadium Skeleton, which had its limb damage reduction ironically reduced, and its limb damage immunity at final rank removed, Aqua Boy, which had its radiation immunity removed, and its water breathing removed. Some other changes were more dramatic, including Gunslinger, which had originally increased the damage and range of select pistols, now increases the damage of all pistols and replaced the 4th rank, which had a disarm chance, with a disarm chance requiring you to hit the arms, and 2 extra ranks increasing this ability. Refractor, which simply provided energy resistance, with the new ability to give you a chance to only take a glancing blow when sprinting, and Toughness, which originally just gave you damage resistance, now gives you a damage reduction that reminds me of Poppy from League of Legends, where the lower health you are, the more damage resistance you gain. Why did so many perks need to be changed, you ask? Because it's 2016, and lazily designed perks won't cut it anymore. No offense, Bethesda. I love you, but I don't love this. Now, our final mod for this episode was supposed to be research projects, but I couldn't get many of its features to work, and that's not the fault of the mod author, as this mod is in an alpha stage. I just liked it so much I wanted to cover it early, instead of waiting for it to be in a more complete state, which didn't work out. So instead, we have Wolf Bikini Armor by Nisei Tanaka. I know this is a Skyrim mod, but my god, I love Nisei Tanaka's armors. So I really wanted to cover this one as quickly as possible, and you know, this is a convenient excuse to do so. So enjoy the compilation of armor parts that I made, and go check out the mod authors in this video. Thanks for watching.